Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we will see how you can analyze the results after a pulse has been closed. So Simone here is our coach and the organization is Blue Crest Tech with the frequency being set to monthly. We're currently in the settings page where we can make changes to the organization structure and manage and launch upcoming pulses. In order to view the results, we have to move towards the overview page. So if you go towards the overview page here, we can see the pulse status for the organization. If you click on the pulse breakdown, it will tell us how many people have completed the pulses, how many have not yet, how many haven't. There's no question of yet now because the pulse has been closed, and it also tells us the team names as well. We can also view and sort it out on the basis of the teams. And now if we move back here, we can see the indicator summary. So we can view the results with respect to each team as well from here, or we can do a collective result as well. For example, let's do a collective result, and in collective result, we can see the indicator summary. It says the data as at January 2026, and we have the data presented in three categories: risk level, inside my team, and outside my team. You can view their definitions by clicking on this icon over here as well. It tells us what this style exactly represents, and you can give it a read. Now here, this is a time graph. It forms a warm light graph on on different periods. So we have had just one period of time, which is January 2026. Since it's a monthly cadence, we will have pulses in February, March, April, and all the months for the year, and then we can view the results for each month in a warm light graph. Currently, we have January, and the risk level score is 58%. The inside level score is 45%, and then the outside my team score is 47%. We're going to click on dive deeper. So as we click on dive deeper, we get to see the total score on the top for risk level analysis, which is 58%. Now, this is the first pulse for this organization, so we can't see the difference from the last pulse result. But if it is to be a second time for some organizations, this figure here in the brackets will exactly tell you the difference. So if it's in red, it means that it hasn't improved, and if it's in green, it means that the result has improved. Now we're currently in risk level analysis, so we are on this page. Under key takeaways, we can see the biggest area of improvement and the biggest area of regression. Here we can see the results breakdown. So every question mark icon will tell you what this is about. Here we can sort the result out on the basis of the periods, the time, and then by strongest to weakest or weakest to strongest. By default, it is set at strongest to weakest. You can also view the legend here, which is red not at all, orange rarely, yellow some of the time, green most of the time, and dark green all of the time. So we can see the results for all of the questions here, and then we can also toggle between the categories from this. So we are now in the inside my team, and the score is 45%. So it will then tell us the difference from the previous results in the brackets, which would be green if there is an improvement made, and it would be red if there is regression. Here we can see the results breakdown, and we can also view the legend. Then we can sort it out on the basis of the period, and we can also sort it out on the basis of the team. So let's just look at the results for operations and delivery for now. So these are the results for operations and delivery only, and we can sort it out on the basis of strongest to weakest or weakest to strongest, and we can view the result for all the questions. So this is 50% red, not at all, 25% yellow some of the time, 25% dark green all of the time. For I felt safe to make a mistake knowing I could learn from it. That's how you will read the result. Now let's move towards outside my team. Similar, total score on the top, key takeaways here, legend here, sort filters here, and we can view the result for each question. Let's just look at the result for product and innovation. So I'm going to apply filter, and it's the result for operation and product and innovation only now. Now, another interesting feature is to view the progress for all of the questions. And before that, we should also check the compliance. So for every question, you have a link button here, which says compliance. If you click on it, it will give you the compliance information. It will give you the industry standard. You can read this information. You can then close it. Now, if we click on view progress here, it will take us to a different screen, and this feature is named question progress. It let us compare the result each question wise. So we have the team, product and innovation selected. We can do all of the teams here, and in this case we have all of the questions listed on y-axis with all of the time periods that the polls have taken place on the x-axis, so we can compare the results. For example, January. For this question, that is, I feel safe to make mistake knowing I could learn from it, seems more green in January but less green in February and more yellow in February. So you can compare the results like this. You can also view legend. You can also search for questions here, and you can then toggle between the categories from this drop down option. So let's go to risk level. Let's go to inside my team. You can sort it out as well. So if you click on this button over here, it sorts out on the basis of weakest to strongest, strongest to weakest, and that's how you do it. So you go back, and now you are on the overview screen again. Now, another interesting feature is health check. So if you click on health check, it lets you compare the results for all of the teams that this organization has. Now here the categories that is selected is risk level. We can toggle between all the categories. Let's click on inside my team. I can view the legend here as well. In this case, we have teams on y-axis and questions on x-axis. So if you hover over the question mark icon for each question, it will let you read the question which you were talking about. So it will give you more clarity. And then you can view the total score. You can sort it on the basis of score as well, and for each question as well. So I want the weakest to strongest result for question number 2. So I'm going to click on that, and now I have weakest to strongest, and I can see that operations and delivery is strongest, and product and innovation is not so much. So that's how I can compare the results for all the teams that are here question wise, and obviously can toggle between all the categories and also select period. So currently we only have January period listed, so there isn't much to choose from. So let's pick January. Now let's move out of health check and go to generate reports. Now we have seen everything is in the system. We can view the scores live. We can give it a deeper dive. We can go to view progress. We can view the compliance. We can sort it out. We can dice the information, and we can do pretty much everything with it. But in order to make it available offline, you might also want to save some reports, or in case you want to share it with the leaders in the organization, you can do that by clicking on this button which says generate reports. Now make sure to select the team up on top for which you want the report to be generated for. If you have selected all the teams, then it is going to print out a collective score. And if you just select one team, let's say for example we have selected operations and delivery, then it is going to print out the scores for this team only. Let's click on this button. So if we click on generate report button, this is how it's going to be. I can now click on save as PDF and save it in order for saving it in my system, or I can directly print it as well. And that's how it appears in the report. It is telling us the organization name up on top and then the current team as well. Let's print a report for all teams, a collective result of the whole organization. I've selected all teams up on top, and let's generate the report. So now I will be given the score for all the teams. Let's save it as a PDF in the system. And here you can see that the current team states operations and delivery, comma, product and innovation. Thank you so much for watching.